Welcome back to another episode of Podcast and Chill. I'm Leo, and I'm excited to talk about today's topic.
Hi everyone, I'm Gwen. It's great to be here again, ready to share some thoughts with you all.
Do you know why today's episode is going to be great?
Let me guess, because you're hosting it?
Exactly, because we're talking about something very important, overcoming the fear of speaking English.
That's true. Many people are scared to speak English because they are afraid of making mistakes.
I used to feel the same way, but then I realized even superheroes make mistakes.
Are you saying you're a superhero, Leo?
Well, my mom says I am.
That's sweet, Leo. But seriously, making mistakes is a natural part of learning.
Absolutely. And today, we're going to help our listeners turn their fear into motivation. Ready, Gwen?
Ready as always, Leo. Let's get started.
Gwen, why do you think people are so afraid of making mistakes when speaking English?
Well, Leo, it's common. People worry that mistakes will make them look silly.
That's true. I remember when I started learning English, I was scared of saying something wrong.
Exactly. This fear can stop people from practicing, which is the best way to improve.
So how can we help our listeners overcome this fear?
First, understand that making mistakes is normal. No one speaks perfectly from the start.
Right. Even babies make mistakes when they're learning to talk. Imagine if they stop trying.
Good point, Leo. Mistakes are helpful because they show us where to get better.
You know what? Sometimes making a mistake can be funny and make learning more fun.
Laughing at mistakes can make us more relaxed and ready to learn.
So the takeaway is, don't be afraid of mistakes. Embrace them as part of your journey to fluency.
Yes, everyone, remember, every mistake is a step forward. Keep practicing and don't give up.
Gwen, I think many people worry about being judged when they speak English. What do you think?
You're right, Leo. Many people fear that others will think less of them if they make mistakes. This fear can be very discouraging.
Yeah, I remember being nervous about my accent and grammar. I always thought people were judging me.
It's common, Leo, but most people are more understanding than you think. Many appreciate the effort you're making to speak their language.
That makes sense. We are often our own worst critics.
To build confidence, focus on your progress, not just perfection. Celebrate small wins and improvements, right, Leo?
Also, surrounding yourself with supportive people helps. They provide positive feedback and encouragement.
Don't forget, it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. It's natural in learning and growing.
So true. Speaking another language is a skill. And like any skill, it takes time and practice to improve. The more you practice, the more confident you become.
Keep pushing yourself and don't let fear of judgment hold you back.
Gwen, another challenge is the lack of opportunity to practice speaking English. What do you think?
You're right, Leo. Without regular practice, fear and anxiety build up. It's crucial to find or create opportunities to practice.
I remember when I started learning, I was too shy to speak because I didn't have many chances to practice.
Practice builds confidence and reduces fear. The more you use a language, the more natural it becomes.
So what can people do to create more practice opportunities?
There are several strategies. Joining a language club or group is a great way to practice regularly.
You can also find language exchange partners. I've heard of language exchange apps where you can talk to native speakers.
Yes, those apps are useful. They allow you to practice speaking with native speakers from all over the world.
What about online communities? Are they helpful too?
Definitely. Online communities and forums provide a supportive environment where you can practice writing and speaking in English.
Another good way is to practice with friends or family members who are also learning English.
Great point, Leo. Practicing with people you know makes you feel more comfortable and less anxious.
So the key is to keep looking for opportunities to practice, right?
Absolutely. Don't wait for opportunities. Create them.
Afraid meaning feeling fear or anxiety. Example, people are often afraid of making mistakes when speaking English. Practice meaning repeated exercise in or performance of an activity or skill to acquire or maintain proficiency in it. Example, practicing every day can help you become more confident in speaking English. Improve meaning to make or become better. Example, making mistakes is a natural part of learning and improving. Opportunity meaning a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. Example, it's important to find or create opportunities to practice speaking English. Gwen, I've noticed many people feel pressure to speak perfect English. Why do you think that is?
It's common, Leo. Many people think they must speak perfectly to be understood or respected. This pressure can make speaking harder.
That makes sense. When I started learning, I was so worried about making mistakes that I became more nervous.
The fear of not being perfect can hold us back. It's important to remember that mistakes are natural when learning.
So what can we do to reduce this pressure and set realistic goals?
One good way is to focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate small victories and improvements instead of expecting perfection from the start.
I like that idea. Maybe we can break down our goals into smaller, manageable steps.
Absolutely, Leo. Setting small goals helps build confidence. For example, start with short conversations or practice specific phrases.
I practiced ordering food in English at restaurants. It was a small goal, but it helped me feel comfortable speaking.
That's a great example. Real-life practice in small situations is very helpful, and we should be kind to ourselves when we make mistakes, right?
Definitely. Self-kindness is key. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and that each one is a chance to learn.
Thanks, Leo. That really helps put things into perspective.
You're welcome, Gwen. Remember, the goal is communication, not perfection. Keep practicing and you'll improve.
Leo, shyness can really make the fear of speaking English even worse. Don't you think?
That's right, Gwen. When you're shy, it's easy to worry about being judged or making mistakes, which can make speaking harder.
So how can we overcome this shyness? Any tips?
One way is to start small. Practice speaking in low-pressure situations, like with close friends or family.
That makes sense. I practiced English with my cousin. It was less scary because I knew he wouldn't judge me.
Exactly, Gwen. Another tip is to prepare in advance. Knowing what you want to say can make you feel more confident.
I often write down key phrases or sentences before a conversation. It helps me feel more prepared.
That's a great idea. Also, remember to breathe and take your time. Speaking slowly can reduce anxiety.
Sometimes I try to rush through my sentences because I'm nervous, but speaking slowly helps.
Yes, and don't forget to celebrate small successes. Each time you speak, no matter how small, is a step forward.
I remember the first time I ordered food in English. It was a small step, but it felt like a big win.
Building confidence takes time, so be patient with yourself.
Thanks, Leo. These tips are really helpful.
You're welcome, Gwen. Just keep practicing and remember that everyone feels shy sometimes. Gwen, let's talk about some ways to practice speaking English. What are some good methods?
Sure, Leo. One good way is to join language clubs. These clubs give you a place to practice speaking with others.
I agree. I joined a language club, and it was a great way to meet people and practice speaking regularly.
Another good way is to use chat apps to talk with friends. Apps like WhatsApp or Skype are very helpful.
Yes, I use Skype to practice English with friends from other countries. It's easy and fun.
Also, try to find native speakers to practice with. They can give you quick feedback and help with pronunciation.
I practiced with a native speaker I met online. Really improved my speaking skills.
Exactly, Leo. It's also good to set goals for your practice. For example, focus on improving your vocabulary or pronunciation in each session.
That's a good point. I used to set goals like learning 5 new words or practicing a sound.
Another tip is to use online resources like language learning websites or apps. Many have speaking exercises and activities.
I love using apps like Duolingo. They make learning fun and interactive.
Finally, don't forget to be consistent. Practice regularly, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Consistency is key.
Absolutely. I practice English every day, even if it's just for a short time.
That's great, Leo. With these ways, anyone can improve their speaking skills and become more confident.
Thanks for the tips, Gwen. I'm sure our listeners will find them very helpful.
Absolutely, Leo. Celebrating small successes builds self-esteem and confidence. It's a great way to stay motivated.
Yes, like when you complete a simple sentence. That's worth celebrating, right?
Even small achievements, like saying a new word correctly or having a short conversation, should be noticed.
So how can we celebrate these small successes? Any ideas?
One way is to keep a journal of your progress. Write down every new word you learn and every conversation you have.
That's a great idea. It's like keeping a record of your achievements.
Yes, and you can reward yourself. Maybe treat yourself to something nice when you reach a goal.
I love that. It's like giving yourself a pat on the back for a job well done.
And don't forget to share your successes with friends and family. They can give more encouragement and support.
Let's keep celebrating our progress and stay motivated. Perfect meaning having everything needed as good as possible. Example, people think they must speak perfect English to be understood.
Mistakes meaning something you do that is wrong. Example, people worry that mistakes will make them look silly.
Confidence meaning the feeling that you can trust yourself or someone else. Example, setting small goals helps build confidence.
Celebrate meaning to do something fun to show you are happy about something good.
Well, Gwen, I think we've covered some great points today.
It's been a great session, and I hope our listeners feel inspired and motivated.
And remember, everyone, celebrating small wins is key to building confidence and staying motivated.
Yes, take each step one at a time and enjoy your progress. We love hearing your stories and successes, so please share them with us on our social media or in the comments below.
Thank you for joining us today on Podcast and Chill. We can't wait to see you next time. Keep going and doing well. And remember, no matter how small the step, it's a step forward. Celebrate each one.
Until next time, stay happy and keep learning.
Goodbye, everyone.